Music review. I'm so happy to be with you. It feels like a long time since I've sat down with you, but that's just because I played you some of the favorites that we've taped for the last couple of shows. So we're back live tonight. I'm so happy to be with you. I hope that you got a chance to get out and enjoy some of the festivities during the Hygienic Salon d'Independance. That was a wonderful time for most people. They got to get out and see all different kinds of art. I hope you did that. There's other things coming up. But tonight we have two amazing musicians. One has been here before, and he thrilled me with what he does. He is a personality and a kind heart and a great musician. And he has his friend with him tonight. So please help me welcome into your homes John Gavin and his friend Dave.
Hello, good evening. Nice to see everybody. Thanks so much for having me back. This is my good friend Dave Gregoire, who'll be playing with me today.
Thank you very much.
And in light of the times, things seem to be getting dangerous out there. I'm going to play a song. We're going to open up with a song that Bruce Coburn wrote. It's called Lovers in a Dangerous Time. And hopefully we're all lovers. We find a way to love each other. So anyway, here we go. Hours grow shorter as the days go by. Never get to stop and open your eyes. One day you're waiting for the sky to fall. The next you're dazzled by the beauty of it all. Lovers in a dangerous time. Fragile bodies of touch and taste. This vibrant skin, this hair like lace. Spirits open to the thrust of grace. Never a breath you can afford to waste when you're lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight. Lover in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. We're all lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. We're all lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When your lover's in a dangerous time, sometimes you're made to feel as if your love's a crime. But nothing worth having comes without some kind of fight. Got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Well, thank you very much. That was the Bruce Coburn song, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. I'm going to do a song that I wrote a couple years ago, and it's kind of a blues song. It's just about having a bad day, and we all have them sometimes. Anyway, yeah. It's called Cold Wind. Cold wind blowing, baby, through my soul. It's a cold wind blowing, baby, through my soul. Now I'm standing out here on my own. Sun's been shining lately, and I can't get warm. Sun's been shining lately, and I can't get warm. Now I'm standing out here all alone. sky. So long gold moon in a gray cloud sky. I'd be up there moaning with her if I could fly. There's a cold wind blowing, baby, through my bones. There's a cold wind blowing, baby, through my bones. Now I can't seem to find my way home. It's called Cold Wind. It's a song I wrote a few years ago, I guess. It was a couple years ago. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a song by a guy named Sled Claves. It's called Broke Down. Sherry had a pawn shop, band of gold, a sink full of dishes, and a love grown cold. Along came a boy, pretty as a devil. She took his hand, the whole thing unraveled. There's no turning round, it's broke down. Billy took the ring and he jammed it in his pocket. Drove downtown and he tried to hawk it. Down at the bottom of Lake Pontchartrain, there's a love note carved inside a wedding ring. Broke down, cracked and shattered, left in pieces like it never really mattered. Broke down, torn and frayed, there ain't nothing left you can give away. There's no turning round, it's broke down. Does anybody know where love goes? Maybe down where that black river flows. There's no turning round, it's broke down. Baby in the backseat, another along the way. And Sherry thinks of Billy at the end of every day, waiting round for real life to start while she listens to the sound of the double-crossing heart. Broke down, cracked and shattered, left in pieces like it never really mattered. Broke down, torn and frayed, there ain't nothing left you can give away. There's no turning round, it's broke down. side of town, two lovers lie still. There's a cigarette burning on a windowsill. There's a picture locked up in an old suitcase. Billy closes his eyes and he still sees her face. Well, broke down, cracked and shattered, left in pieces like it never really mattered. Broke down, torn and frayed, there ain't nothing left you can give away. There's no turning round, it's broke down. Broke down, Sled Claves. Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure to be here. Really glad to be able to play for everybody. Growing up, you have different influences from different musicians. And I remember when I was a kid, my parents had a big old turntable with Lafayette speakers, and my mom used to listen to Harry Belafonte all the time. And that music from those days really stuck with me. And this song, I think, is a traditional song, but I think I only know the way I've ever heard Harry Belafonte sing it. And I'm going to do it, and I love it. And it brings back memories. Every time I play it, I kind of think back to my childhood and hearing those songs. It's called Jamaica Farewell. I believe that's the name of it. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I am on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls sway to and fro. I believe that my heart's still there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Down at the market you can hear women laugh while on their heads they bear. Ackee saltfish and rice is nice, and the rum is fine any time of year. And I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around, and to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I am on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around, I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sad to say I am on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around, to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Okay, a little blast from the past. Well, I work as a paramedic during the day, my regular job, and lately, well, for maybe 20-something years, and there's always been a problem with substance abuse and overdoses and that sort of thing, and this song is about that, and it's about some of the experiences that I am involved in and witness as a medic, dealing with overdoses and the fatality of it all, and sometimes there's no answer, and this song really doesn't have a happy ending. It's kind of left with the empty, an open ending, because I don't know the answer to the problem, other than we're all broken individuals, and we're all stumbling and trying to get through this thing together. And I guess that's it. We got to kind of support each other. This is called Liquid Horses, and many, many years ago, before I was a medic and before I played music and anything like that, I was a very, very young guy. And I ran into this young lady, and we were hanging out a little bit one night. And I watched her shoot up heroin, and it was like really kind of a surreal experience. I'd never had any kind of experience like that. And the verses are about watching her do that, but the chorus is about myself watching her do that. And there was this like fascination, and at the same time there was kind of like a wow, is this really happening kind of thing. And I guess that lives in us all. Yeah, anyway, it's called Liquid Horses. No more than 18, someone's baby yesterday, cradling that vein like a newborn while her conscience looked away. The room was stained walnut, her eyes were deep and brown. The stale smell of urine was all around. This black cape villain, Dracula in the light, watched her falling patiently, hands folded with the light. Like to think he's innocent, but mirrors never lie. And I see him looking back at me through her vacant, staring eyes. Oh, oh, oh. Call me Ishmael, I always think and dream. That horse hit the tunnel like a Brando battle scene. into tomorrow, or maybe yesterday. The boarding pass said, come fly with us, round trip or just one way. This black cape villain, Dracula in the light, watched her falling patiently, hands folded with delight. Like to think he's innocent, but mirrors never lie. And I see him looking back at me through her vacant, staring eyes. Those eyes. Call me Ishmael, I always think in dreams. The horse hit the tunnel like a Brando battle scene. She fell into tomorrow, or maybe yesterday. Boarding pass said, come fly with us, round trip or just one way. She's no more than 18, someone's baby yesterday. Thank you. It's a hard song. It's a hard topic. A lot of people struggle with that, and I don't know anybody that I think I've met that hasn't had somebody close to them who's struggling with these kind of things. Oh, that's what that song's about. Reality of life. All right. Which takes us back to the first song. We gotta love each other. Lovers in a dangerous time. It's a dangerous time. I'm gonna play another Bruce Cockburn song. A little more happy. In the midst of all our struggles and this brokenness, there is hope, and you know, there's life, and there's light, and there's tomorrow, and there's reunions. There'll be a lot of reunions. Fix something. I forgot to drop my D. I think. We're pretty close. Okay. Let's start again. Sun's up, looks looks okay, the world survives into another day, and I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. I had another dream about lions at the door. They weren't half as frightening as they were before, and I'm thinking about eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. Walls, windows, trees, waves coming through. You'll be in me, and I'll be in you, together in eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. Up among the firs where it smells so sweet, or down in that valley where the river used to be, I got my mind on eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. I'm wondering where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. Yeah, I'm wondering where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. Huge orange flying boat rises off the lake. 1,000-year-old petroglyphs doing a double take. Point their finger at eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. Young men marching, helmet shining in the sun, polished and precise like the brain behind the gun. They should be. They got me thinking about eternity, and some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. And I'm wondering where the lions are. Yeah, I'm wondering where the lions are. I'm wondering where the lions are. And I'm wondering where those lions are. Yeah, I'm wondering where the lions are. Yeah, I'm wondering where the lions are. Freighters on the knot on the surface of the bay. One of these days we're gonna sail away, gonna sail into eternity. Some kind of ecstasy's got a hold on me. And I'm wondering where the lions are. 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 Whoa. That's a Bruce Coburn song called Wondering Where the Lions Are. I love playing that song. It's a cool song.
Want to do one more song and then come talk to me?
That would be wonderful.
I would love that.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Got to tune up here. Well, I suppose I should do another one of my songs before we break out here. So, this song is called Mannequin Jesus. And It was a song that was brewing for a long time and came out in about a half an hour. But it's about the institutional religion and specifically Christianity. And I guess the ills that come along with the institution. Nothing wrong with Christianity. But sometimes the institution can beat people up. And that's what this song's about. Porcelain thoughts and righteous control, buzzwords and slogans like burgers to go. The holy beasts gorge themselves on through the night, sweat self-righteousness under morning church lights. But me and Mannequin Jesus, we're gonna teach the world the way. Me and Mannequin Jesus, keeping love away from this train. Got a corner on this market, got this stone built with my brain. Me and Mannequin Jesus, herding the masses home like cattle on the range. Win some souls to the Lord. With strong arm of scripture, we'll stack guilt by the cord. Line them up for salvation like John's in the street, waiting their turn to be screwed by the holy elite. But me and Mannequin Jesus, we're gonna teach the world the way. Me and Mannequin Jesus, keeping love away from this train. Got a corner on this market, got this stone built with my brain. Me and Mannequin Jesus, herding the masses home like cattle in the rain. While I'm chewing on this menu, I got it all figured out. Feasted at this table in my empty house. Well, a mouth full of Bible and a mind full of dust. The only thing running through these pipes is pressure and rust. But me and Mannequin Jesus, we're gonna teach the world the way. Me and Mannequin Jesus, keeping love away from this train. Got a corner on this market, got this stone built with my brain. Me and Mannequin Jesus, herding the masses home like cattle on the range. Marching in from battle with my self-proclaimed crown. Now I'm in the spotlight, got my followers all around. Pulling strings from rafters attached to puppets on the ground. They're all dancing to my music like circus clowns. And me and Mannequin Jesus, we're gonna teach the world the way. Me and Mannequin Jesus, keeping love away from this train. Got a corner on this market, got this stone built with my brain. Me and Mannequin Jesus, herding the masses home like cattle on the range. That's Mannequin Jesus. Thank you guys very much. All right, we're going to go talk to Dot.
So while the guys are getting over here and getting mic'd up, let me just remind you, number one, we live in one of the most amazing communities in the world. Yes, that's my opinion. So let's prove that. Check on your neighbors. We're in the height of the winter season. We just had a little snow this past week. Now we're having a little bit of a heat wave. But you still have neighbors. If you have elderly neighbors or neighbors with children, then please check on them. Make sure those kids have socks on their feet. Make sure there's heat in the house of your elderly neighbors. Make sure that your neighbors' needs are met. And if you have needs, let somebody know. This is a community of love and togetherness, and we've always, always helped each other. So stick with that. Look at your neighbor. Make sure that they have their needs met. Make sure your needs are met. And let's get through this winter with love. It's what it's all about. So Now we're going to talk to the guys. Hi, John.
Hi, Dot. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you? Hi, Dave.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Grandma's Attic.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here. You guys are so much fun. I have to tell you, you made me cry.
I know. I'm sorry. I had a feeling it might.
You made me cry. Not once, but twice. Once from happy, and once from very sad, very sad. I think that we need to send your song about addiction to Community Speaks Out. That's it's an organization that's based out of Groton that helps people that are stuck in the throes of addiction get into long-term rehab care. And they might be able to use that song on one of their, I don't know. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I mean, that it's a hard song, but it's reality, and there's so many people struggling.
I
And,
bet you see that every
I
single day.
Just about. You know, when I work, I see it all the time, and it's so difficult to young people, and I mean any age, but it's just sad.
It doesn't.
It's just
Yeah,
really
it doesn't
sad.
matter what age or what money level
No,
you're at.
doesn't. Yeah.
The opioid addiction problem epidemic has crossed all the lines, and
Yeah.
it gets to everybody.
That's true.
Let's hear a little bit about musical background. Dave, I haven't ever met you before.
No.
And I'd like to know a little bit about you. When did you start playing music?
Excuse me. I started playing guitar in high school. I was a freshman in high school back in 1972. And I took lessons for a couple years and then played through high school and college. And then I got married and sort of took some, not full-time off, but I didn't play as much, raising a family. And then I moved to Old Saybrook about 23, 24 years ago and found a nice musical community with which to reinvigorate my playing and playing out and learning new material, different material, and sort of finding the guitar and how much I really loved it. So I've been playing now for a long, long time.
You play very well.
Thank you.
Some of the music community from Old Saybrook has been here on our show, so I'm sure we have mutual friends in common.
Yes.
Now, there's a musical event coming up, and you're going to be part of it. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to? I'd love it if you did.
The Pass the Guitar event is my first time participating in it, and I was invited by friends of ours, the band Woodsmoke and
Nice.
Steve Mueller, or Mo, I can't pronounce it, but he asked me to participate, so I'm going to be up and singing a song that I wrote on this coming Sunday in Westerly, and I'm very excited to do it. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it, and I've heard a lot about it. So it's a charity for the Warming Center.
It's for the, yeah, it is. It's absolutely a fundraiser for the Warming Center of Westerly, and I believe that's at Christ Church. Is that the name of the
I
church?
believe
it's
so,
at?
yes.
Yeah, so right as soon as you come into Westerly, it's that church that's right around the corner after you get there. So for those of you that are listening, it's tomorrow afternoon. It starts at 2 o'clock. There's a suggested donation, but you can give more or less or more or whatever.
Yes.
More is better. It is for the Warming Center, and it helps a lot of people. We have the Homeless Hospitality Center right here in New London that we do a Pass the Guitar here in New London. Maybe you'll get privy to being invited to that.
I hope so.
Okay, that's awesome.
I know Will Schramm, the other half of Woodsmoke, donated one of the guitars, and both the original and the backup guitar are going to be auctioned off, and you can get tickets at Groton Guitars, I believe, for a raffle to win one or both of those guitars after the event is over.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see that on the advertisement.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so that's very cool.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet? You two wonderful duet. Tell me about your getting to know each other and starting to play together. I don't care which one of you talks. You can both talk.
At Nightingale.
We met at Nightingale's.
Nightingale's,
Tuesday
which is
night.
Nightingale, which is an old Bime. Dan Stevens and his wife run it, and we do music
Dan
there.
and Gail Stevens.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a long time.
A long time, yeah. So we met there. And
We sat next to each other Tuesday night picking party thing, and then after a while we get to sitting together for a while. We started chatting, and then one thing led to another, and hey, just hooked up and started playing.
You found each other to be compatible. even if you hadn't been compatible, would you have wanted to play with him because of his skill, John?
Yeah. I mean, he's a great guy. I love hanging around with him. Even if we never played guitars, I love hanging around with him. He's a good guy.
I like that.
But we are compatible musically as well as friends. And Dave's got a lot of talent and a lot of history behind him. And, he like whips out that mandolin and his guitar and and singing, and he writes some fantastic songs, and so we just have a good time together.
And the same thing with John. We play a different style of guitar, so they blend really well together because we don't step on each other, we don't get in each other's way, but we fill some nice space and provide some nice two-guitar sound that really, really sounds good together. So it's a very natural fit, but on top of everything else, it's since I've been a kid, I learned to play guitar, and I was in bands with friends, and so I've more associated playing guitar with friends than anything else, and that's what's as important to me as anything. And John and I really consider him a good friend.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you play the mandolin. We didn't see that happen.
Talk to the boss.
Boss man, what happened with that?
Well, I got caught up in all these songs. Like I had a list of songs to do, and one of them included the mandolin. And somehow we got on
you got on a roll. That's fine.
And I was just kind of trying to go with what the moment was calling for, at least what I was hearing the moment calling for.
I think sometimes the universe is bigger than our set list.
I think that's what happened.
That's a good one.
It's true.
Because we did have a song or two that incorporated the mandolin, and he plays it beautifully. It sounds so nice.
I love the mandolin. Mm-hmm. It's not my all-time favorite instrument. That would be the cello. But stringed instruments always have thrilled me. Violin, cello, even upright bass, guitar, all these instruments. Probably why I do a music show is because I can't play anything. But I can put you on and let you play and let people see you guys. That's what it's really all about, is getting people to know your music. John, you are a music writer, and you've written some pretty incredible and awesome songs. Do you find that your songwriting style is pretty much the same with every song, or do songs come out of you in a different way? Do you have a certain muse that gets you to write songs?
Differently. I think because I've been asked, music first, then the lyrics first. And it's both ways for me. Like sometimes I'll find a really nice melody, and I'll be like, oh boy, let me try and find some words to put to that. And then sometimes I'll have just I'll write a song, and then I'll be like, wow, this needs music. But I guess a lot of the lyrics come from life experiences and just my take or my view on how I see things or what's going on in the world, or like Mannequin Jesus.
I was just going to ask about that song.
Yeah, I mean, few years of being, several years being in a church here or there or whatever, and studying religion and that sort of thing, and I just I hate seeing people get abused in God's name, and so that's what the song's kind of about. It's spirituality is a beautiful thing, but sometimes the institution and the institution is good for foundation. I think there's always need good foundation, but man, it can be abusive too sometimes. So you got to be careful. We all have to be careful.
It's so funny how many of the songs that you sang today go with my life story. But that being said, I think that both of you as songwriters write words and feelings that us normal earth people that can't write music don't know how to express our feelings. And then we hear what you guys write about and sing about, and all of a sudden we're like, yeah, I know that. I know that emotion is what you're singing about, and I love that. Does that help you when you're performing to feel the audience react to your music like that?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. It's funny that you say that because my favorite musician is Bruce Cockburn, and the way he writes his lyrics, his music, and everything. And I feel the same way. The way you I'm like, why can't I articulate what he's saying in that song? That's exactly what I'm feeling, and like it rings this bell of truth inside me. So, right. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly my experience. I just don't know how to articulate that. But every once in a while, a song will come out, and I'll be like, okay, you know, like, that's not me. That must have come from somewhere else, you know?
Right.
And it feels like the truth. And so those are usually the songs that I play, you know, that for other people. I don't want to put out just stuff, you know, my stuff. I want to put stuff out that people can maybe take home and you know, and hold on to. Maybe it'll mean something, you know, it'll help them.
Well, it certainly does. How about you, Dave? What is your writing style, and how do songs come out of you?
Pretty much the same as John's. I mean, sometimes I'll start with a little riff on the guitar or a chord progression, but by and large, it's an emotion that I'm thinking about, and quite often, and quite surprisingly, the song doesn't wind up in the end to be what it started out to be in the beginning.
Really?
And I'll start out with an idea. Like, just for an example, I told my wife once, my guitar will take me places my personality will never allow. And she got a kick out of that. So I was going to write a little funny song about the places I played where, you know, you're strumming and you're singing, and all of a sudden you're looking around going, how the heck did I get here? Well, it's because of your guitar. But in the end, it wound up, after 10 minutes of putting together a verse and a chord progression, like, it turned into a love song for my wife. So it just, things like that happen all the time. And as John said, you don't know where it comes from. Or people ask you, where in the heck did you get the inspiration for that song? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just a collective being that all of a sudden comes out of you, and for that song or two, and then you move on, and the finished product is beautiful, but you've never lived it, but you may have known someone who has, but it comes from a place in here, and it's like you're turning possibilities into reality after you write a song, and it's very cool, but there's no rhyme or reason. 20 minutes or 2 weeks to finish a song, or 2 months. You just never know.
Well, Dave, I am really, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I really enjoyed watching you play with John, but I think that you have some solo ability in you, and I would love to see you come back to Grandma's Attic sometime in the very near future. If that's a possibility, then we'll talk about it after the show, but
I'd love to.
I think that we'll get some of your mandolin playing in this at some point. Somehow I'm going to get to hear you play the mandolin.
Sure.
I hope that you guys will both consider coming back here again and again and again as Grandma's Attic grows. We've been on the air now for a few years, and we are not planning on going anywhere, so you guys are both welcome to come here. John, I want to thank you for the work that you do. It's probably one of the hardest jobs that, at least in this community, that there is. And being of service to others is certainly not easy, and it can be emotional. So thank you for your service. Dave, I don't know enough about you, but thank you for coming here with John.
My pleasure.
And I will talk more about your personal lifestyle the next time you come on here, and we'll hear more about you and more about what you like to do.
I'm looking forward to it.
As usual, the most important time has come. We get to hear you guys play again. That's what's important. So we are at the end of the show. If you guys would go back over to your instruments and take us out with a song, I would be more than grateful.
We will.
Our pleasure.
All right, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. While the guys are getting back over there, let me remind you that in this wonderful community we have several mom and pop shops. That means shops that are owned by people that live here in your community. And I would love to tell you about just a few. There's the Eyeglass Lass. There's the Hive Skate Shop. There's 33 Studio, which is a framing shop for photographs and art, and you can check them out there at 33 Bank Street. Of course, there's several galleries up and down the street. Check them out. There's a new restaurant in town. It's not really new, but RD86, check them out. They're doing some experimental cooking and cooking some really great stuff. And in the warmer weather, they have a really nice outdoor place to sit. So anyway, check out the shops in your neighborhood. Never mind the big box stores. You don't need to go there. You can get everything you need right in your neighborhood if you look. So thank you very much for tuning in to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Well, Dot, we're going to We're going to get that mandolin going in here, this song, so you can hear it. It's been a privilege to play for everybody tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Dot. And thank you, everybody in the studio, for helping us out. All right, this is a Bruce Cockburn song that we're going to go out with, and it's called Rumors of Glory. Above the dark town, after the sun's gone down, two vapor trails cross the sky, catching the day's last slow goodbye. Black skyline looks rich as velvet. Something is shining like gold, but better. Rumors of glory. Rumors of glory. Rumors of glory. Smiles mixed with curses,